Hi everyone, Linda here. I made a card yesterday from card decals from with my Cricut, and I just love it. I think it is so cute, and this is the way I lined it. I always line my cards. So I really think this cartridge is kind of a mystery because of the layers and how to get it to work. I did a lot of fooling around, like cutting extra pieces of paper to put behind here. So I thought I'd do a video on another card that I want to do, a little golfing guy. So we'll see how that turns out. But one of the things I wanted to show you was this is a brand new mat. And when I get a brand new mat, I was told by someone that sells gypsies and Cricuts and stuff, that you should always take your mat and you should put, like, this is a piece of vinyl that I cut out, and I just keep moving him from one cover to the next, that you should put that on the front so you know where the top of this is. And it's a good idea to put the date of the mat and on the mat and on the cover, because when you take this off and you put it back on, it's not as sticky. But if you turn it over and have the wrong side on it, it's real sticky and it's going to pull off all your sticks. So it's important to know which is the top part of this vinyl or of this piece of covering that goes on top. Okay, so that's just a little tip. All right, so the way I have it set up on my gypsy here is like this. And I'm going to print it, or I'm going to cut it out now and see how it looks. So here's my mat, and it's brand new, so I'm going to have to be very careful taking the pieces off the mat. And I'm going to get these all off of here, and then I'll show you how to put it all together. For me with this cartridge is knowing what pieces go where and all these extra little pieces, which of these you need to save. So what I did is I cut out 3 different layers, and let me see if I can find what they were. Okay, I took him off of page 80 or 68, and I used well, it was the grandpa, but I used the athlete button, the sports button, and then the shift button for the sports button. So just these 3 cuts, because the shift of this doesn't have anything. So it was the athletes and the sports buttons. And so this was the shadow from here, which was a shift, shift of the sport. This piece is the sport, and that would be the next layer, and then this is the athlete, just the regular, so that's going to be the top layer. But then I wanted them to have a different color shirt on, and I might do something different with the shoes, but I'm not sure. Oh, I think I might leave those the same. So I have to layer that. So then I cut another piece of a little piece of designer paper, just a little piece, to fit back there so that his shirt would be a little different. So I'm going to get that glued together. Okay, I ended up cutting out 2 because when you cut out the black part, the really thin part, that's the part you should always put the glue on. For some reason I made the mistake of putting the glue on the tan, all over the tan part, and there was glue all over this one's face, and I thought, oh, that looks terrible. So what I did is I took some liquid glass and just went over his face, and I went over the golf ball here, and it turned out kind of cute. But in the meantime, while it was drying, I made another one, and this is just a little lighter cardstock. I really like using my Cricut so that I can use up all my scraps, because you don't need really big pieces to do it with. So it's a great way to do that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Pacific Point blue, and I'm going to layer it with another piece of scrap paper that I saw. Kind of, I don't know if you can see, but kind of looks like paint flicked on it, and that layer is going to go there. Then I found another piece of green that I'm going to put here, and I just kind of ripped it there so it would look like it was the green that he was standing on. And I have some stamps from My Sentiments Exactly, and I'm going to put that up here that says Enjoy Life, and I'm going to tie this ribbon around here. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the finished cards. I just put Enjoy Life on the outside, and a little golfer, and I think they'll make good birthday cards, or they could be used just for a note card. I just thought they were really cute. How I make the linings for my cards, I just take a piece of regular computer paper, typing paper, whatever, fold it in half, and use both of them are getting punched at the same time to line this up here. And then I just did, here's the finished card. And I just take it and put a little bit of tape right in here on the inside. And then I just line it up in here, and this is cut just a little bit smaller than the width of the paper. Just lay it in there like that. And there you have the finished card. I think it'll be a good card. That could be a birthday card. I can type Happy Birthday in here, or stamp Happy Birthday in here, or I could just make it a note card to write a note. I just thought it turned out really cute. So thanks for stopping.